There are wars that begin with an explosion, others begin with a speech. But the war between Iran and Israel began with something far more dangerous, a shift in power, and an ideological promise. In 1979, the world watched as the Islamic Revolution completely transformed Iran. The Shah was overthrown. Ayatollah Khomeini took control. And almost overnight, Israel went from being a quiet partner to becoming a declared enemy. Not just a political adversary, but a threat that, according to the new Iranian regime, needed to be eliminated from the region. That was when the war began, not with tanks crossing borders, not with jets flying over cities, but with words loaded with ideology and strategies being drawn far from the spotlight. During the 1980s, while Iran was fighting a devastating war against Iraq, Israel watched closely. Direct conflict between the two had not yet erupted, but something was being built behind the scenes. Iran began strengthening armed groups beyond its borders. In southern Lebanon, Hezbollah emerged as an organized force, trained and funded by Tehran. For Israel, it was a direct threat. For Iran, it was a way to encircle its enemy without officially crossing a border. And so the proxy war was born. A war in which the two countries did not confront each other face to face but attacked through third parties. Explosions along Israel's northern border. Constant clashes in Lebanon. Missiles launched by militias. Surgical military responses. Everything calculated. Everything measured. Everything officially denied. But the game became even more dangerous when the word nuclear entered the equation. In the 2000s, Iran's nuclear program began openly alarming Israel. The Israeli government made its position clear. It would not allow Iran to develop nuclear weapons. Iran insisted its program was peaceful, but suspicion grew. And when suspicion grows between historic enemies, the world begins to hold its breath. Then the mysterious deaths began. Iranian nuclear scientists were assassinated in attacks that seemed straight out of a spy thriller. Magnetic bombs attached to cars. Explosions at strategic facilities. Fires in research centers. No official signature. No public claim of responsibility. Only silence and indirect accusations. Then came the invisible attack. A highly sophisticated computer virus infiltrated Iranian nuclear facilities. It sabotaged centrifuges, causing machines to speed themselves into destruction while displaying false data on control screens. An attack without soldiers, without smoke, without sirens. A digital weapon capable of delaying years of nuclear development. It was VT street century warfare. A war where lines of code could cause more damage than bombs. But the confrontation did not remain confined to the virtual world. In Syria, weapons convoys linked to Iran began to be struck by precise airstrikes. Warehouses exploded in the early hours of the morning. Bases were destroyed before they could even become fully operational. Israel rarely confirmed involvement, but Majid cleared it would not allow Iran to establish a military presence so close to its borders. Iranian ships suffered mysterious explosions at sea. Energy infrastructure became targets of sabotage. Every action was answered with another. Every strike carefully calculated not to cross the line that would transform the secret war into an open one. Decades passed like this, a constant but invisible conflict, a fragile balance, sustained by the fear of total escalation, until the limits began to crack. In more recent years, the attacks ceased to be entirely indirect. Airstrikes hit diplomatic targets. High key officers were killed in surgical explosions. And then, for the first time, missiles were launched directly from one country toward the other. Sirens wailed. Air defense systems intercepted projectiles in the night sky. The entire world watched in real time. Analysts spoke of a point of no return. Governments called for restraint. The question echoed across continents. Was this the beginning of a declared war? Yet even in that moment, the logic of the shadows prevailed. Calculated responses, limited retaliation, displays of strength, followed by strategic containment. Because both sides understand, a full-scale war between Iran and Israel would not belong only to them. Each could draw in global powers. Each could set the entire Middle East ablaze. Each could reshape the balance of the world. And that is why this remains one of the most tasty conflicts on the planet. Not because each explodes every day, but because each never disappears. Each transforms. Each adapts. Each evolves. Today, it unfolds in diplomatic arenas, in cyberspace, in the skies over Syria, in intelligence corridors, in fiery speeches, in missile defense systems ready to fire at any second. It is a war without an opening ceremony, without a signed declaration, without a historic photograph of soldiers crossing a borderline. It is a war that lives in the shadows, and perhaps what makes it even more frightening is the fact that the entire world knows it exists, but no one knows exactly when it might stop being silent.